KSAT 12. The Nightbeat starts right now.
The conditions look clear with live cam, but if you look north, you may have seen some lightning tonight.
Meteorologist Katie Blake tracking some rain on the radar. Katie.
Yeah, especially during the 8 o'clock hour. If you look north from San Antonio, big light show because there were actually a couple of strong, even one severe storm that popped up across a portion of the country. At this hour, no severe weather out there. Things are starting to calm down, but we've still got some downpours, even in northern Bexar County. Here south of Blanco, that's what's left of the one severe storm we had during the 9 o'clock hour. That has really weakened. And then north of 1604, essentially anywhere from Leon Springs, the Rim, all the way up to Fair Oaks Ranch, east to the 281 corridor. We do have some heavy rain, some flashes of lightning falling here, being seen here, but no severe weather at this time. Coming up, we'll dig back into radar, take another look at things as they stand currently, and of course get you your forecast for the overnight hours and your Thursday. That coming up in just a bit. Steve.
Thank you, Katie. A home taped off, a weapon found along with 2 bodies. Bexar County deputies making the discovery in a home on Enchanted Dawn, a neighborhood on the northwest side of the county.
Deputies working this case for hours now, but still so many unanswered questions. The night team's John Paul Barajas reports for now they're treating this as a homicide.
Sheriff's deputies, investigators, and a forensics unit filled the streets of a gated community just outside Bernie Stage Road as neighbors watch from behind the caution tape. It's something they say they've never seen before.
Nothing ever happens in this neighborhood. Everybody behaves themselves. It's quiet. Nobody's fighting with each other. It's always calm. So this is an anomaly for sure.
Eric Rickert lives just across the street from the house covered in crime scene tape. Sheriff Javier Salazar says they found 2 people dead inside, a man in his 40s and a kid in his mid-teens. Investigators responded to the scene after the teen's family requested a welfare check. The family hadn't reported him as a runaway yet, but believed he was at this home. As for the relationship between the victims, the sheriff couldn't say, but said the teen did not live here.
We found at least 1 firearm in the home. At this point, we believe that they were shot. Both victims were shot.
The sheriff explains right now it's too early to tell if this was a murder-suicide or if both victims were killed by someone else. Rickert tells us he didn't see the homeowner much, but that he seemed just like a regular neighbor.
He seemed friendly. He was explaining how he's going to fix up the yard because, there's weeds growing in the grass and making improvements and stuff, and he did. But that is the only time I ever talked to him.
And the investigation continues right now. Investigators are still here. I think a unit is leaving right now, so it might be coming to an end here shortly, but it's been an all-day event. We're currently inside the truck because it's been raining on and off, but the sheriff did say he wanted to remind everyone living here he does not believe there's any active threat to residents in this community. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, John Paul. A Nightbeat update now on the armed man who Bexar County deputies say assaulted 2 people before taking his own child by force. Investigators releasing a photo of 41-year-old Tori Stewart. The Bexar County Sheriff saying there are 4 warrants out for Stewart's arrest tonight. Investigators believe Stewart is armed, and they're asking anyone with information about him to call Crime Stoppers 210-224-STOP. Yesterday at a home on Climbing Vine in far west Bexar County, deputies say Stewart assaulted a woman that he shares a child with. Then he hit another man with a gun before taking off with his own child. That child later found safe and is now with family. Let's take another look at Tori Stewart tonight. Again, if you know where he is or have any information, call Crime Stoppers 210-224-STOP.
As COVID-19 cases rise, so does the strain on our area hospitals. Tonight, only 6% of staffed hospital beds are available. The amount of COVID-19 patients hospitalized continuing to rise. 1,397 people with the virus are in local hospitals. 373 are in intensive care units. 230 people are on ventilators, helping them breathe tonight. And the push to get more people vaccinated facing added pressure. While data shows the vaccine keeps people protected against COVID-19, 3 recent studies found that protection wanes over time against symptomatic infection. It's why President Joe Biden says booster shots will be made available to Americans within a certain time frame. The plan is to offer every adult a booster shot 8 months after receiving their second shot of Moderna or Pfizer. This new booster plan is set to roll out on September 20th, pending FDA authorization.
The time to lay out a plan for COVID-19 boosters is now.
It will be easy. Just show your vaccination card and you'll get a booster. No other ID, no insurance, no state residency requirement.
And people with weakened immune systems have begun receiving their booster shots already. Officials say boosters will also likely be needed for those who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but more data is expected on that in the coming weeks before a final decision is made.
Meantime, tensions are high over masks meant to offer protection. In Austin, 2 teachers were assaulted by parents. The superintendent of Eanes ISD says one parent even ripped a mask off of a teacher's face. Here at home, some healthcare workers are being harassed as they deal with an overwhelming number of patients.
When you see as many patients as we're seeing now, we're trying to accommodate this pandemic and the testing efforts and treatments. It's very difficult to always keep to a schedule.
Physician's assistant Joseph Dominguez says more people coming into the urgent care clinic where he works for COVID testing means longer wait times. Dr. Nimesh Patel, the medical director for Quality Urgent Care of America, says healthcare workers have been spit on, their belongings have been stolen. Some employees have even had their cars keyed. All the while, they're trying to help those who need it during this latest surge.
Meanwhile, Northside ISD's school board voting to issue a temporary mask mandate in their schools. Classes for the district begin on Monday. Students and staff who are indoors will need to wear a mask. It's a change from the strong recommendation of mask wearing. The district's change of heart came hours after Mayor Ron Nirenberg announced 24 more children were hospitalized due to COVID-19 complications. A judge's temporary injunction leaves Bexar County's mask mandate in schools intact. Now, San Antonio ISD has already mandated masks for its students and adding the COVID-19 vaccine for its staff. Well, now the district making another change when it comes to some of its school athletes. Larry Ramirez breaks down the new pandemic policy and how it's impacting local football teams. Coming up in sports.
A new ruling impacting one type of abortion procedure in Texas. A federal appeals court upholding a Texas law that bans a procedure used to end second trimester pregnancies. Abortion rights advocates argue that procedure is often the safest method of abortion in that stage of pregnancy. You can read more about today's ruling right now on our website at KSAT.com.
San Antonio taxpayers investing millions to open up new opportunities for families impacted by the pandemic. More than 400 trained graduates are now working as part of a COVID recovery and resiliency plan, and more graduates are expected. City leaders say they're taking the lessons learned in the one-year program and gearing up for the launch of the voter-approved Ready to Work job training program. The 9 Team's Patty Santos with an update.
Confidence, knowing that I can study and I can learn and you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Erica Cardenas, a single mom, says the Train for Jobs essay program through Restore Education, a training school, is what she needed to take her life to the next level.
Still be working, just serving, as a server, just a disposable job.
Cardenas got her GED and is currently taking a bookkeeping course. She's even employed at the school. She's one of the success stories the city of San Antonio wants the focus to be on when taxpayers see what the one-year Train for Jobs essay program has accomplished.
The true impact is going to be on the individual families and individual community members who benefit from this, and they see their family situation change for the better because they participated within the program.
The city's latest update shows more than 6,000 people expressed interest in the $75 million city-funded program. $5.7 million have been paid out in stipends. So far, about 3,000 have participated. Of those, more than 2,000 are currently in training. 584 are looking for jobs, and 434 have been hired.
One of the biggest challenges that individuals faced during the pandemic who wanted to attend training programs was childcare.
Michael Ramsey is the newly hired executive director of workforce development. His job will be to take the lessons learned from the Train for Jobs essay program and transition it into the Ready to Work program. Voters approved the program in November, a $154 million four-year plan to help 40,000 San Antonians get workforce training.
My goal is making sure that our finger is on the pulse of what the people in the community need and want, and engaging our employers at a level to make sure that our training programs are aligned to what they're hiring for.
And Ramsey is working out the details on how the Ready to Work program will operate. It should be ready to launch in December. Now, the Train for Jobs essay program was supposed to end in September, but that has now been extended until December. If you want to know more about these programs, head to KSAT.com. Myra, Steve?
Thank you, Patty. An existing 1/8 cent sales tax funding aquifer protection and the creation of a linear creekway parks was redirected to now fund the Ready to Work program. It expired after hitting the $180 million cap that voters had set for it.
Thousands of Americans and Afghan allies waiting for help as the Taliban takes hold of Afghanistan. Still ahead, the briefing from President Joe Biden and an update on the evacuations.
And one pharmacist accused of making money off of real COVID-19 vaccine cards. The operation investigators say he was running that put lives in danger. Next on the Nightbeat.
COVID-19 vaccine cards can hold power, especially if they're required for work or to attend college, for example. That's leading to an opportunity for criminals. The Department of Justice now going after a pharmacist accused of selling authentic vaccination cards. The case is out of Chicago, where investigators say that pharmacist sold 125 cards for about $10 each. The FBI says selling these cards to unvaccinated people put so many others at risk. It's why former federal prosecutor Gil Sofer says this case was elevated to the federal level.
We wouldn't have seen involvement by the main justice in Washington, D.C., but all of those things are happening here. And why? Because it's COVID related. We're in a time of great peril, and the department is sending a clear message that none of this conduct will be tolerated.
That accused pharmacist used to work for Walgreens. The company says that person has not worked there since late April, and Walgreens is cooperating with the DOJ investigation. Now, that case involves the alleged sale of real vaccine cards, but fake ones also becoming a big problem. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers seized thousands of fake vaccination cards in Memphis earlier this week. Those cards were shipped in from overseas and routed through Memphis to different parts of the country. Officers say the cards had the CDC logo on them, but were full of typos. The FBI warns that buying or selling counterfeit COVID-19 vaccination cards can lead to time in prison and fines.
Now to the crisis in Afghanistan. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris briefed today on the situation there. The U.S. scrambling to evacuate Americans as the Taliban tightens control. ABC's Alex Perche with the latest from Washington.
President Biden defending his decisions in Afghanistan in an exclusive interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
The idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos ensuing, I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happened.
In the past 24 hours, the U.S. has flown roughly 2,000 Americans, NATO personnel, and Afghans out of Kabul. But for those still trying to escape, uncertainty. Images of armed Taliban at checkpoints surround the airport. For now, the Taliban only letting foreigners through. And an email to U.S. nationals says the United States government cannot guarantee your security as you make this trip. As many as 11,000 Americans and tens of thousands of Afghans are desperately trying to flee the country. A frenzy at the airport. The U.S. has evacuated all embassy personnel except a core group of diplomats. And nearby, the Taliban firing gunshots, sending people running. This young girl covering her ears in the chaos.
There have been no hostile interactions with the Taliban, and our lines of communication with Taliban commanders remain open, as they should be.
Meanwhile, President Biden and Vice President Harris received a briefing from their national security team today. Updates on security and how to accelerate evacuations for U.S. citizens and our Afghan partners. The U.S. also monitoring for any potential terrorist threats in the country. This comes as the president faces growing criticism from lawmakers over his handling of Afghanistan.
Ironically, we now have more troops in Afghanistan than we had before the withdrawal.
Some even vowing to investigate the Biden administration's decision to withdraw. Now, governors in at least 2 states, Maryland and Utah, are offering to host Afghan refugees that help the U.S. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
Here at home tonight, taking a look outside with live cam. Some folks seeing some rain this evening.
Lucky.
Lucky folks, yes, we should say lucky folks.
Yes, there's some lightning there. The activity this evening has been north of San Antonio, so that's why I mentioned at the top of the show. If you look north, that's where you saw the big light show, and it even lingers at this hour. We're going to jump right into radar, but first, in case you missed it from earlier in the day, 98 was our high in San Antonio. That's the hottest we have been so far this year. We have made it up to 97 just a couple of times, but hitting that 98-degree mark this afternoon does make today our hottest day so far this year. So we did have one severe storm that popped up across portions of the hill country earlier this evening. Again, that was during the 8 o'clock hour. And this was a storm that popped up just west of Canyon Lake. You see those yellow lines there. Those were the severe thunderstorm warning lines. And again, that storm essentially has all but fizzled out. But there was some hail reported with this storm, some quarter-size hail near Spring Branch. There was also very heavy rain, of course, the light show that could be seen from San Antonio. Radar estimates here, and I apologize that this kind of continues to loop through, but this yellow area, so near Mystic Shores at Canyon Lake, just to the west of the lake and north of Spring Branch, that was the bullseye for more than 2 inches, maybe even more than 3 inches of rain, as our radar estimates. So that storm, it did move much, and that resulted in those higher rainfall totals. Now that severe storm has really weakened, but we've had some new development a bit farther to the south, north of 1604. And portions of far northern Bexar County. That, for the most part, is really just some heavy rain. There is some lightning here, like what you saw on live cam, but definitely some heavy rain just east of I-10 from Scenic Oaks up to Fair Oaks Ranch, east of Bernie, across the county line here in northern Bexar County. So really nothing severe out there now, but you may certainly see some lightning here, some rumbles of thunder, and some folks are getting some heavier rain. Off to the southwest of 35, things are pretty quiet. A little bit of activity trying to sneak into southern Maverick County there, but I do expect things will be quiet overnight. Futurecasts picking up on some of the activity pretty well. As we approach midnight, we could have some lingering isolated activity continue, but generally speaking, as we head into the overnight hours, any of this rainfall activity from this evening will fizzle out. We'll wake up tomorrow morning warm and muggy, and then a rain-free day is expected across the board on Thursday, and tomorrow kind of kickstarts a drier stretch of weather for us here as rain chances fall out of the forecast after this evening. So 78 in the morning, mostly cloudy, mid to upper 90s again in the afternoon with plenty of sunshine. The heat index will jump back into the triple digits for pretty much everyone over the next several afternoons. So stay cool and stay hydrated. Quickly tracking the tropics. Tropical storm Henri could affect New England as early as late this weekend, early next week. Hurricane Grace is expected to make landfall across the Yucatan Peninsula tonight into tomorrow morning. No effects on the Texas coastline, and really our focus here over the next several days will just be on some typical summertime sizzle, guys.
And Henri is how it's pronounced.
Yes.
I've actually been called Henri before.
Yes,
I believe it.
I might have done that.
Yeah, you do it all the time. All right.
Thanks, Katie.
SAISD making some changes to not games yet.
Not yet. So far, it's just scrimmages, and they're doing it for non-district scrimmages. And they're doing it first and foremost to give their student athletes some more time to get COVID-19 vaccination shots. And they're also doing it because they want to get the regular season in starting in week 1. And SAFC's soccer match has also been postponed. We've got those details why coming up. On the regular season, San Antonio Independent School District canceled 7 football scrimmages this week against non-district teams due to COVID numbers on the rise. SAISD will still hold scrimmages this week, but only against district schools. SAISD Athletics Director Brian M. Clancy told us the reason behind this is to limit exposure to students from other districts that are not following the same COVID protocols and procedures that they are following in SAISD. He also said they have every intent to play their scheduled regular season games for all of their sports, so they are taking extra precautions now with the hopes and expectations that their student athletes can enjoy their athletic experiences this school year without interruptions. Now, not every SAISD student athlete is vaccinated against COVID-19. As a precaution, the district is actively planning vaccine clinics this week and next to give those students that opportunity before the regular football season begins and to continue the regular volleyball season. Here's those 7 canceled football scrimmages: Brackenridge versus Southside, Burbank and Austin Travis, Edison versus Central Catholic, Highlands versus Hondo, Sam Houston and Contula, Lanier versus Floresville, and YMLA versus John Paul II.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper joined his teammates on the field Monday night at the Star in Frisco for his first 2021 off-season practice. Back in early January, Coop had ankle surgery, which caused him to miss OTAs, minicamp, and practice time in Oxnard. He's cleared to go and admits it was tough to stay patient during his downtime.
Yeah, a little bit. I just want to play football. I just want to be healthy. The challenging part is just wanting to be your best. And when you hurt, you obviously not 100%, so you're not your best. So, yeah, it's been pretty challenging.
Cooper said he feels like he's 100%, but needs to run through the whole route tree to make sure. He also hopes to play Saturday night against the Texans. Speaking of them, the Houston Texans, defensive end Whitney Merciless is entering his 10th season with the team. The former outside linebacker had 4 sacks last season, but could get some new life in the Tampa 2 scheme, which asks edge rushers to get after the quarterback.
As far as what we've seen in camp, also in the game as well too, just playing a little bit more aggressive. Also, and the emphasis on getting turnovers. We got 3 turnovers in the preseason game the other night, and guys tripping at the ball, things like that. Playing a lot faster, not even thinking. It's really just simple. Just go see ball, go get ball.
Texans released their second depth chart of the preseason, and Deshaun Watson is still listed as the 4th quarterback. USL Championship announced today the scheduled match between San Antonio FC and Real Monarchs on Saturday, August 21st at Toyota Field has been postponed. The game will be rescheduled to Wednesday, September 1st at 7:30 p.m. The decision was made for the health and safety of all parties after multiple covered individuals from San Antonio tested positive for COVID-19 prior to the club's postponed match against New York Red Bulls 2 on August 14th. All league, local, and state health and wellness protocols are being followed. We're talking Hondo football, the Owls, after the break. Let's make a stop in Hondo now as we continue our big game coverage previews, led by head coach Joe Carey. The Hondo Owls went 10-2 last season, advancing to the second round of the playoffs, and they went 5-0 in District 15 4A Division II to claim yet another district championship. The Owls have 11 starters returning, 6 on offense, 5 on defense. Now, some of the names to watch this season include running back linebacker Carson Winchester, quarterback Caden English, and running back defensive back Martavius Patterson. Dave Campbell's Texas Football predicts Hondo will repeat as District 15 4A D2 champions.
Anytime you have some success, it gives the younger kids a little taste of what that's like, and it drives them and motivates them to stay hungry, to want to do it again. So these kids that were part of last year's team know how that felt to win a district championship and get into the playoffs. So they're excited and they want to continue the tradition.
I think we're going to do awesome. We've been working really hard. Practices have been going really good. I expect to win district. I think we have all the capabilities of doing it.
I think we're going to do awesome, really. We have a really good senior class. I think the juniors and sophomores all on varsity will help us out this year because, we need them.
Hondo kicks off the regular season at home at San Antonio Memorial Friday, August 27th at 7:30 p.m.
Owl Nation.
Owl Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me during the break. When I said Hondo, you said who?
Yeah.
Hondo. Who?
Yeah,
it took me a couple times.
I did say that.
I'm surprised there wasn't a repeat there. Forever.
Myra chuckled. It was, hard to believe she laughed as loud as she did.
Occasionally, you got some good ones. Yeah, we'll be right back.
All right, a last look at radar. Really, the only thing we've still got going is a storm off to the east of Bernie. This is non-severe, but some heavy rain falling. The GMSA team will have the latest for you tomorrow morning, starting at 4:30 a.m.